This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Lakewood, Colorado. We're at Mantra Tattoo. Since 2006, they have been providing tattoos, piercing. Colorado's best artists reside here, serving Lakewood as well as the surrounding areas. I'm here with Ben Gunn, who is the owner, also the artist here. Let me ask you, Ben, how did you get started in this type of industry? Have you always been involved in art? Were you doodling as a kid? Share with me a little bit about how this got started.
Sure. How I started in tattooing is basically just love for art, passionate about it, and then eventually, just producing artwork, painting, stuff like that. People reached out to me and started asking me to start doing tattoos on their body, as young as 16 years old, 17, and so I just started to experiment with it back then, and slowly, it turned into this.
Wonderful story. Let me ask you, quite honestly, when we were growing up, 20, 30 years ago, tattooing artists that was kind of behind the scenes, wasn't mainstream like it is now. Why do you think that has evolved like that?
A big part due to just modern television, media. It's reaching out to so many different age groups and just genres of people, and people are becoming more acceptable of it, and seeing that there's such a diversity, they can do every type of art. And culturally, I think it's becoming much more acceptable,
I agree with you, definitely. So let me think about this for a minute. Art, regardless what it is, we're talking about on canvas, on photographic paper, maybe sculpted. It really expresses who that artist is. And quite honestly, there's nothing more personal than putting art on your skin. Sure. It's got to be kind of an honor for you when somebody sits in your chair and hands over their body.
Yeah, I would say so. That's probably the biggest part of why I really love to tattoo every day, and why I would say most of these artists do, is because it's such a personal art form, and it does affect people pretty much for the rest of their lives, Leaves one hell of a lasting impression.
Wonderful. And obviously they're putting something on their body that's special to them. Mm-hmm. And you as an artist, you get to kind of put your flair in that as well. Mm-hmm. You have quite a few artists here on board. Share with me how many artists in a typical day.
Sure. On a typical day, there's about 4 to 5 of us working, but I have a crew of about 9 of us, and then I have guest spot artists that come in throughout the country, come in, tattoo with us for a week or so. Between all of us, most of us have been tattooing over 10 years, at least over about 7 years, most of us, and we got a lot of experience in this crew that works here.
Speaking of experience you have just under one roof here, it really kind of gives more options or varieties to the folks that walk in the door, because I imagine your styles are probably all very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I try to really have a crew of versatile artists and people that like to specialize in all types of styles and forms of artwork. A couple of us really enjoy doing new school stuff, Asian artwork. I got a couple guys that really love to do black and gray, realism. So we got a crew that kind of can take care of any client across the board.
Wonderful. One of the reasons I believe tattooing shops have really gone more mainstream, more accepted out there, is the fact that they seem to be a lot more professional than they were 10, 15 years ago. Not only that, but safety-wise, what do you guys basically do to make sure safety is number one with your clients?
Okay, so our shop is regulated by Jefferson County Health Department, and we just make sure that every day, all year round, we're taking care of. Number one is keeping our equipment clean and safe, and making sure every client that comes in here is getting the best tattoo, the best work, and the safest and cleanest procedures, And they come in yearly, they inspect us, and we've had nothing but A+.
Wonderful. Obviously, testimonials across the board out there on the web. You mentioned before you have some guest artists that come in as well. What about yourself? Are you able to get out there in the country and go about and share some of your art as well?
Yeah, sure, definitely. I do. I try to at least every couple months. I try to get out, go tattoo with a couple other artists at different shops, and try to be a part of the convention circuit as much as I can. Also, a couple other artists in here do it as well. I tattoo out in Las Vegas quite a bit, and occasionally in California, and wherever else I can get out to.
So you're out there in Vegas, California. Obviously, they've got trade shows and whatnot. Do you find yourself being always inspired by other people's art?
Oh, definitely. That's a big part of hitting the road and tattooing with different groups of guys. Is you learn so much different technique and just how to approach things and art styles. It helps you grow as an artist.
Wonderful. Not only is ink basically the only medium here beautifying, but we're talking about piercings as well. You guys are able to do that, put some bling on the body. Share with me the person who does that for you.
Sure, Luke Horton, he's our piercer. We just have one, but he's excellent, and he's really passionate about it. And he not only does he just do standard piercings, but he develops a lot of his own styles and creates some of his own jewelry. And we use only the best jewelry we can on everybody, and he's a pretty busy guy.
So not only are they able to come in and actually get that done, but you've also got jewelry available in-house for people to purchase.
Right, yeah. We have a wide selection of it, which, you guys can show on film.
Excellent. Folks, if you take a look at the bottom of the screen right there, what you're going to see is their website. We've been enticing you with some great art right there on the screen. Obviously, Ben started this with a passion of basically realizing he could do something rather unique, and folks lined up and started saying, hey, I want to be in the chair next, and so that's how it gets started. It's a great story. Check out right there online. You can also book an appointment right there as well. Check out the different artists they have. Sometimes they've got some guest artists. They taken part in a lot of events here in the local area as well. And speaking of setting up an appointment, how important is a consultation on the front end? Is that what you normally require?
We don't require it, but I would recommend it. Yeah, if people want to get into some new art, best thing to do is contact us through the phone or come on into the shop. And just give us an idea of what you're thinking about, and we can sit down right there. We can take a break from our appointment if we need to, and just start to talk about it and get it figured out for them, and get them an appointment scheduled. And then from there, we just start to develop the whole tattoo.
Someone out there who's never been done before, you got a clean slate, clean canvas, a little nervous about coming in. Are you able to sit with them, talk them through, and take it step by step?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have a lot of clients that come in for their first tattoos, so we're familiar with that situation, and we know how to ease into it with you, and just try to help you figure out the best tattoo for getting started. Some people, they start with something small. Some people go for the big stuff and start a whole back piece for their first tattoo. So it all depends, and we can fill out the situation and see basically what you want to go for.
So be it a first tattoo or your last tattoo or the next one in line, these guys can pretty much take care of for you. We're talking about years and years of experience under one roof, multiple artists out there. And basically this was something that started as a one guy going out there putting some ink together, and obviously you still have a great passion for it, and so that's what makes it a great lifestyle. That is Mantra Tattoo. Their phone number's right on the bottom of the screen again. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.